Hi, good morning, friends. Sue Kinane here from One North Broad, Director of Sales and Events at One North Broad. My background shows that I'm in One North Broad, but I'm really working remotely like everybody else these days. We are starting this interview series because we have found so many professionals that we work with have changed the way they're doing business, changed the way they're taking care of their clients, changed the way we're all living and working and holding each other up in the community at this time. Today's interview is with the wonderful Jimmy Buchakjian of Saget Formal Wear. Jimmy has over 33 years experience as a custom tailor and suit designer and formal wear specialist. Has two locations, one in Drexel Hill and one in Phoenixville, which he'll share more with us about. But the idea of this interview series is really to shout out those that are making an impact in this time in offering extraordinary services and exceptional customer care above and beyond what we've always done all this time, just because of this new world we're living in, trying to take care of each other a little bit more. So thank you, Jimmy, for agreeing to do this, spend this time with me today.
Well,
nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I wish I was working in your environment. I'm in my little cooped up office, but we're still able to make a difference with our clients, which is the most important thing.
And that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So you're working from home exclusively at this point? Are you able to work from home remotely at this point?
I am. I literally took my entire office. I have hard copy files. I have my computers between the two locations were on a point of sale. So of course I can see all the activity, email, but the hard copy. And then I even brought some tuxedos home just for visual. I have mannequins that I brought home. So in the event I have to dress a mannequin for a client, I have some of my popular styles that I'll be able to live show them via, whether it be Zoom, FaceTime. And then it was a little different because I have so many custom suits in the pipeline with clients that I had to change my whole delivery output. I had to with UPS and change everything that's going to my personal residence. So, but I miss my store. I've been going back and forth at least once or twice a week just to walk around and
check things out, make sure everything's
that's
okay.
That's why when I saw your backdrop, I was like, oh, I wish I was at work.
Well, I wish I was at work too. I'm in a tiny little office too, but I feel like I'm in front of my grand staircase. So your business is traditionally an in-person business. It's very much a in-person, hands-on meeting, talking together kind of a business. So what are some of the ways, can you share with us some of the ways that you've been able to modify that? We can't be close and in person anymore. So how are you working with your clients in this new way?
So it all started when, I think my last day at work was March 16th. And it was sad because that was my first year anniversary of our new location.
Oh.
We just relocated our store a year ago. And 1 year, it was to the day that was my last day. It was Monday, March 16th that we had to close our doors based on our social distancing and non-essential. But first and foremost, I just want to reach out to all of our engaged couples, our clients that are already booked with different industry people. We are team bride, team groom. We are going to fully execute your wedding with no flaws, even though you've had postponement dates and you've moved them maybe once or twice. We're going to be there for you. We're going to work. Once we are allowed to get back into swing of things, we're going to go forward on working day and night to fully execute your wedding. So I just want to let you know that we're there for you. It's all about you. We'll figure it out as we're figuring it out as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
But
we are figuring it out as we speak. So, and that's just it. We're doing things that we haven't had to do before. So what are some of the additional services or additional tools or additional resources that you have thought outside of the box with to develop for clients at this time. So they might be, you know, even within walking distance of your store, but they can't come there. And they might be like, gosh, you know, our wedding was postponed, but it is rescheduled and we have to get on track. So what are some things that you have kind of developed in this new world out of the box to take care of your clients?
Well, the first thing I did as soon as we realized that we could not go into our brick and mortar anymore and physically see clients, I said, okay, let me reach out to my clients that are coming up shortly. Let them know that, you know, we're there for you, regardless what happens. We're just going to repurpose your wedding date and fully execute it. That was number one. Number two, I learned a lot with Zoom. Thank you very much for the webinars. I'm very involved in our wedding industry, so I've been on a lot of teleconferences, and I'm learning as we all are right now. And I think more than anything, our team bride, team groom's age bracket, this is going to be the future of how they would like to go forward. Everybody's busy. We're busy, you're busy, they're busy. So if we could nip a little bit on the front end on technology and still come into the store and the brick and mortar to get a view, it'll take a little bit of the work, cut some of that time out because everybody's so busy. So I worked a little further with my web developer as soon as this all happened, and developed a way where I could virtually have a one-on-one, whether it be Zoom, FaceTime, phone call appointment with myself, custom tailor, which I didn't want to have to answer their questions later. So I figured I have a lot more time on my hands, where I used to put 11, 12, 13-hour days in an 8-hour day. Pretty much able to fully execute a lot of work, whether it be computer work, talking to clients, jumping on a Zoom conference or a Zoom appointment. So I developed, along with my web developers, a better way for my clients to virtually see what we have available, both in whether it be a tuxedo rental, whether they would want to purchase the actual suit or tuxedo, or if it were custom that they were interested in. So we're able to physically see on a virtual tour of what we have available. And I took it a little step further, where because of my grooms that are in its booking season right now, normally during, well, unfortunately, we don't have a prom season this year, which, you know,
It's a shame.
because they are my future grooms. So what I'm doing is the clients that are interested in booking for the end of the second quarter, third and fourth quarter, they're very nervous right now because they're not able to physically get out there and look. So I developed an online system where they can physically look at all the men's formal wear, custom, retail. And then also they're able to have them measured in the comfort of their own home. I'll show you a little demo on that. And then we will deliver a groom preview right to their doorstep. So
See,
they
that's
can,
huge because
you
I'm
know,
feeling like these guys must be really kind of nervous about this. I've picked out my tux, or I can pick out my tux or my suit, and I'm happy with that. But gosh, my wedding is actually coming, and you can't measure me. How are we going to do this?
So I mean, let me just give you a little peek of what we're doing. So one of the interesting things that we developed, first of all, would be on our website. If you were dealing with custom made, you would be able to look at our fabrics, our online fabrics. And by doing so, this would at least get your creative side going. And then, of course, once we meet in person, we'll do the design process, the fitting. But back getting your creative side going. If it were to be your wedding and you were interested in renting your men's formal wear, then we would go into a different part of our website, which will allow you to see our entire online catalog. You could pick the different styles, variation. You could even have a Zoom feature.
Nice.
And this is where I'm personally working with them one-on-one, right down to the vest and the tie colors in the different shades. If you're doing a navy blue, and you wanted to show a little bit of color. So this is where I'm taking our business to, whether it be during this unfortunate situation or new norm, or if this will be working with clients going forward, just to get them educated in the beginning.
So the idea is that and here's how we measure.
So how do we handle this? Well, being a custom tailor, I will be working with these clients personally. They'll be able to print out a tape measure, the following the instructions. I did one at home, and it's perfect. It matches exactly to the proper inch. And then once we get the measurements, we will have a tuxedo of your choice or two delivered right to your front door.
So they can try it on and have that real life touching feeling experience with their suits.
And
Which is
that's
important.
the key. Everything is visual in our business.
Yeah.
So we do it virtually, but I'm going to back it up with physically where they
Right.
physically put it on. We'll fine tune the measurements a little bit.
When we all come back together, exactly. But I
We
think
will.
I'm sure this gives a huge sense of relief to formal wear clients of yours, knowing that it's okay. Their wedding is coming up. They don't have to fret. It's okay.
Right. And you know, and to be honest with you, there's nights that I don't sleep well because of certain things that are on my mind. We're all human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel for my clients during this time because this is the one thing they've waited 2 years, a whole year and a half in planning, and they just can't get it moving yet. I spent, I'd say, 2 solid weeks on trying to find a way where they can get it moving because, you know, I feel for them. I've been up all night at certain times.
Right, right. Sure, of course. Do you feel that some of these tools and ways of doing business will continue in the post-COVID world, just because we fine-tuned and maybe we've found ways that are efficient and, you know, nothing replaces in person. But do you think that maybe some of these new ways will continue past this time?
I definitely agree, Sue. And the reason I agree is our world has so much technology, and we're only using it when we're a little distressed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm liking the restart. I'm liking the technology. I've known about Zoom. I've never really used it. I've been on a few Zoom calls, but not many. But I love it, the technology. Now that I have more time, I'm learning more and more about what we can do with our computers.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel you know, all of the world is learning as every day because of technology. We have time to learn, you know.
Yeah.
So I think going forward, this will be a good marketing tool for the wedding industry as a whole, to whether it be virtually seeing One North Broad, which is a beautiful venue, seeing it I'm watching it on Zoom and it looks magnificent but seeing it live, of course, you can't, you know, imagine. So
Right.
like
So
my
I think
fabric's the touch versus
the touch, right? the looking, right?
Visual are two different things.
So we'll just pinch hit all of these new ways and maybe keep the new ways that we've discovered or created as we go forward. But, you know, as you are and as I am, we're in a very, very in-person business. So one day soon, we'll get back to that.
I just want to thank our frontline people, all the medical professionals, the nurses, the doctors, and the nursing home people, the police officers, the firemen. You know, our front line is, we're very thankful for them, you know.
Yeah, we're lucky. All right, one last question for you, Mr. Buchakjian. What are you grateful for today? We have to remember, while things are tough, there's so many things to be grateful for. So what are you grateful for?
Well, I'm grateful to live in a society that everybody has come together like I've never seen before. It's exciting, it's sad, emotional. I'm grateful for my family, being self-employed, working tireless hours for 33, 35 years, not sitting down at dinner with the family and having home cooked meals every night. I'm grateful for the family pulling together. It's made us a lot closer. Everybody's grounded, nobody's allowed out. And, you know, I'm going to have withdrawals when I go back to work.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
enjoying
true.
this a lot,
Yeah,
but for all the good reasons, you know.
right. Good. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that you're doing for our wedding world and our people and holding each other up right now. I'm so grateful I get to work with you often, and we'll see each other for real soon, I'm sure.
I know we will. So I thank you for having me on this, and I'll be more than happy to share with you in the future.
Wonderful. Thanks, Jimmy. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.